There is a type of beam called a cantilever. A cantilever is fixed at one end and free on the other. Architects use cantilever beams to design structures such as this. Structural engineers determine how much load the free end can support. They take into account the beam's material, the thickness of the beam, its length, and how strong the connection is on the fixed end. The result predicts the beam's behavior under load. Why is this relevant? It is because your shop is full of cantilever beams. Every milling tool assemblies one. It is fixed on one end and free on the other. There are forces on the free end that will make it deflect. It is made of multiple materials. It has a variety of diameters, and its length may vary. There are multiple connections. The tool holder in the spindle can be of different taper types, with different drawbar forces. The cutter can be shrunk, pressed or clamped into the tool holder. However, the force applied to the free end is not constant. Every tooth impacts the workpiece, applying a force that is released when the tooth exits. The frequency of these impacts is determined by the RPM and the number of teeth the cutter has. Each tooth impact causes the tool to deflect, and then rebound when the tooth exits. The amount of deflection and speed of the rebound is determined by the width and depth of cut, coupled with the flexibility and damping of the tool assembly. It is important to get the timing of these two frequencies just right. If the tooth arrives too early, it will leave too much material for the next tooth to remove. If it arrives too late, the tooth is overcutting, it will fail sooner and possibly scrap the part. If it is on time, the cut is quiet and accurate, with maximized surface finish and tool life. The tool's frequency is measured with what we call a tap test. The timing of speed and depth are presented in what is called the stability lobe diagram, or in a dashboard, which is an interactive version of the stability lobe diagram. Many companies use stability lobes to validate the performance of their products. Every tool, holder and machine combination has a unique stability lobe diagram. This chart shows the spindle speed on the lower axis and depth of cut on the left axis. The white areas are stable, where the timing of the two frequencies are correct. The red areas are unstable, and where the tool will chatter. We tested the same end mill, in the same machining center, with 5 different tool holders. As you can see, the timing of each tool assembly was very different, and performance varied widely. Then we tested the same tool assembly in 5 different machines, and performance varied widely. Again. Measurement is the first step that leads to control and, eventually, to improvement. If you can't measure something, you can't understand it. If you can't understand it, you can't control it. If you can't control it, you can't improve it.